I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Barn Grill. I'm Mike Eds, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, September the 16th races at Hastings. First post, as always, is at 1:50. We do have 7 races for you. A little tough filling this weekend because we had so many races last weekend. You'll notice this weekend we have a lot of 5, 6, 7 horse fields. But we did race 10 races and big fields and 8 races on Sunday. We ran 18 races last weekend, and we suffered a little bit for it this weekend, but we got some good cards, some decent fields today.
Yep. There's some good races, some competitive races, good betting races actually today. And it starts off in the first with the Phillies of Myers, 4 non 3, going a mile 16th. I was torn between the 1 and the 2. I ended up on the 1. Here Comes a Kiss. Broke brutally last time. He could just throw a last race out, let alone the fact she was sprinting. The race before that, in a 4 on 2, led the whole way. I don't see a ton of speed in here. She's going to be on the lead, and I think she's tough to catch. I got Here Comes a Kiss over Tell Us a Tale, a 5-year-old mare who's, look at her record of the distance. 5 starts, 4 of them in the money, including a win. She likes to go with this. This is her preferred distance, and I threw in Convergent. She's been running well lately. Good second behind Velociraptor when she went a mile 16 2 starts ago. So I'll put her in the 3rd spot. I went 1, 2, 3, just like that.
Yeah, I have the same. I have the same 3. I went Tell Us a Tale on top. It's a guessing game, though. Tell Us a Tale. If it's sloppy, I really do like Tell Us a Tale.
Yeah.
She seems to like the ground with a little moisture in it, and she's a little bit better. I thought she ran it better and looked sprint last time behind Coco Agogo, Peach Pike, and Perianne. I thought that was a pretty good race, and I like her to maybe defeat Here Comes a Kiss. Who's going to be dangerous. She looks like the lone speed. They could leave her alone. Maybe the 5 will go. We're good as gold. But Here Comes a Kiss will be dangerous from the rail, and I agree Convergent would be the next one. I went 2-3-1 in the Sunday opener. On to race number 2. Got some $4,000 claimers here going 6.5 furlongs. Yeah, the race kind of come up tough for a $4,000 race.
It did.
Everyone seemed to drop here. Stormy Teen drops, Devil in Disguise drops, but so does Aditya. And that's where I landed on Aditya, who ran a decent 4th last time against Catch Me Willing to Travel. And I kind of didn't like him last time just because he had the rail. I knew he would, it's uncomfortable for him to be pinned down on the inside. But
and a 9-horse field too last time.
And it happened, and he just was very one-paced. But he gets Richard Hamill back, who did ride him 2 starts back to a victory, and Richard seems to get along very nicely with him. So I like him to win it over the 4 Stormy Teen, who looks to be the next best horse. And I put the 3-horse Devil in Disguise in for 3rd. I thought those are the 3 horses. I mean, they're going to be heavy favorites. I mean, one's going to be 6-5. If Stormy Teen's going to be like 9-5.
Yeah.
Devil in Disguise will be like 5-2. There's not a lot here, but I went 2-4-3.
I went the other way. I mean, Aditya is, I pick this horse all the time. I love this horse, and he's found a good spot here, short field. As Mike mentioned, trapped on the rail last time. He is in the 2-hole this time, but there was 9 last time, and I don't see him having as much trouble working out a trip. Aditya, I don't mind Devil in Disguise in the 2nd spot. Only run a few times this year. That race last time, 2nd behind Born at the Track. Born at the Track's pretty tough horse down at this level. He's had a little freshener. He actually had a few babies in the sale the other day.
He had a couple that got sold.
Yeah. And
some time off.
Lopez lands on him. Lopez knows this horse. He rode him a bunch of times last year, win a couple on him last year, so no harm having David Lopez in attack. I put him in 2nd, and Stormy Teen, the other Glenn Todd horse, I put him in 3rd. 2, 3, 4, I went in the 2nd. On the 3rd, $16,000 claimant event. 3 and up Colts and Geldings going 6.5 furlongs. I went to the 4. The odds are good. He just won this race. As Mike mentioned on yesterday's with the waiver claiming thing, he is in here protected. And I see him getting the lead again.
Yeah, he's going to be tough to beat.
Omega Victory and Bluegrass Angus are quick, but they don't seem to, they don't have his kind of speed. He gets on the lead, he gets brave, and he's tough to get by. I like the odds are good on top. I put Twist Grips, ran 2nd to him last time. Put in a big run to come after him, but
did well.
But the odds are good. It's just
too easy. That thing's too easy on that end.
Yeah, and I saw
it may happen again.
I foresee a similar scenario happening here today. So I got the odds are good over Twist Grips, and I threw in Kermode. He's run some good races recently, and he gets back to 16. Last time he was in for 16, he was claimed. I went 4-1-6.
Yeah, last time he was in for 16, he beat the odds are good actually too.
Yeah, that's right.
But the odds are good got chased that day. Big difference. But it looks like the odds are good is going to get the lead, so I'm going to agree with you on this one. I took a break from the odds are good last time. I picked him every other start this year. I think. And,
exactly.
And I didn't think he was going to get the lead. And Bluegrass Angus missed the break, and there was another speed horse that didn't go, and it was just. And this horse was left on a 22-4 almost opening quarter. It was so easy.
That's
and was gone.
Right up his alley, yeah.
And was gone. But I like him to win it. I agree with the 6, Kermode. I think the horse will get a good trip sitting second. He might have a shot to run him down. I put the 1-horse Twist Grips in for third. Might fall victim to another slow pace. It's just too bad. Twist Grips is due for a victory, but just seems to get in races where there's no speed. I'm going to go 4, 6, and 1 in the third. On to the fourth race. $8,000 claimers here. This is a non-winner, a 2, non-3 lifetime for BC Breds going a mile on the 16th. I ended up on the 6 horse. He's got ego. I think there's going to be a pretty good pace in here with Coat of Arms stretching out, Mr. Finch, Mustachio, even Sheriff Clark likes to be somewhat prominent early. He's got Eagles going to be last by a mile. Maybe back with Chase the Money. Those two will be back markers, but I think he's got Eagle, can repeat. He just finished winning this same race. Didn't get a great pace to run at, but he's going to get I think he's going to get a really better pace to run at. So I'm going to try him to defeat Mr. Finch, who is live at this level. And who else did I put? I put the 5, Mustachio, in the mix. Dropped into this condition last time, but I think he broke well, went out there, took back, then it was covered up in behind horses. It was kind of an odd trip. And Dennis Arrojo has won on this horse in the past, and he'll be in the saddle this time. But I thought he's got Ego's going to get a good trip. So I went 6, 3, and 5.
I went with Mr. Finch just because he took the big drop down to 8,000 non-3 last time. He was favored, got caught by He's Got Ego and Cyclone Dan, actually, and ran a good third, but second time, a lot of times you see horses take a big drop. First time they seem to get beaten, then they come back, and I'm thinking he can rebound with a better effort today. Phil Hall, what do you say? He's pressing all the right buttons.
Going good.
Yeah, he's batting about 30%. Going to be our leading trainer this year by a ways. So I got Mr. Finch trying to go the other way. I got Mr. Finch over He's Got Ego. Mike's right. This race sets up very well for He's Got Ego. You know, it's nice when you see these horses. Yeah, exactly.
No traffic. That's the one thing that beats
much to
back
run around.
too,
Yeah,
traffic.
exactly.
And there's just no traffic in this race.
It should be spread out. And, you know, it's nice when you have a horse that just won an 8 non-3, still eligible for the condition, can run right back in it. Okay. He's going to be tough. I put him in the second spot, and I agree with Mustachio. Give him another look under Dennis Arrojo. I went 3, 6, and 5 in the fourth. On to the fifth. $4,000 claimant event. This is a tough one to figure. $4,000 claimant event. 3 and up Colts and Geldings going 6.5 furlongs. I see a bit of gas in here with Texas Kid, Swiss Arrogant, Peyton's Best. Even Topper's Ghost can press a little, but I think it sets up well for Cross the Line, who ran third last time. That was back on the 8th of July. He's had a little break. He's worked well. Nice work on September 8th, 1 minute and 3/5. So he's rolling into this race, training well, and it just looks like it'll set up well for him. I got Cross the Line over Texas Kid, who's definitely the speed of the speed, and he can run hooked. He just got unlucky, got hooked and just got beat last time at the wire by Act Up, but he's solid under Enrique Gonzalez. Every time Enrique rides this horse, he runs a big race. You know, he wins on him by 9. Wins, just second beat. He's won 3 this year. Yeah, won 3 this year. Enrique's been aboard for all of them. Texas Kid in second, and I threw in Brother Rod out of the John Morrison barn. He's coming out of a good third. Another one that's had some time off and come back to work well, September 4th and 48 flat. I went 4, 2, 8.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment of the race. It looks like it is going to be quite a bit of speed in here, and it looks like it should set up well for a closer. And the 4 across the line looks like that closer. This horse has been in and scratched, but has been off for a couple of months. Only has the 1 start this year, so that's a little alarming. But still, as you mentioned, the work tab's been very good. And
Rob Maben works in mysterious ways.
Yes,
right?
Rob's having another great season.
Yes, he
but
is.
Across the line is going to be tough. I put the 3-horse BC Charlie in the mix. He drops down for 4. His race, too, he had no chance last time. He's 4 wide around the first turn. It was just a horrendous opening quarter. That was a mess, yeah. And he just had no shot. His 2 races prior definitely plot him in the mix when he was 4th behind Maggie's Guy and 3rd behind Burnham. Those 2 races are plenty good enough to beat this field or at least be right there at the wire. Yeah. And I agree with Brother Rod. This horse freshened up for John Morrison. Good work tab, and he might get help. As I said, he's another off-the-pace horse. There is going to be some speed. He looks interesting as well. I went 4, 3, and 8 in the 5th. On to the 6th race. Got some maiden $8,000 claimers, sprinting 6.5 furlongs. I ended up on the 7-horse, one of the Phillies. Got 3 Phillies in here. The 6, 7, and 8 are the girls, Phillies. Bad and Bougie, who does shorten up to 6.5 furlongs. Her race, 2 starts back behind Doherty's Darlin and Strooper Jenny. That kind of race should win this particular dash if she were to repeat that race. So I look her, hopefully she can do that. So I'll take her to win it over the 1-horse Transplant, who has been second, was second for 8, came back for 4, got beat by Kaki's Command. And I think Transplant's got a good chance sitting just off the pace. And the 4-horse Buck on the class drop, I thought he was interesting, coming from 16 down to 8. Decent third behind Cedar Shines, who came back to win and Dreaming of Peace. Thought that was a decent effort. And I thought those were your 3 horses. I left out Storm Rocket, I left out Seagrove Bay, who ran well. Another filly. But I went 7, 1, and 4.
I agree with 7. It's a funny, as you mentioned, 3 girls in here, and apparently if you enter a girl against the boys, you get an outside post. That's the way it goes. But no, Bad and Boogie, first, I agree with you. First effort here at Hastings, going 6.5 furlongs. She ran big, ran third behind Dory's Darlin, Trooper Jenny, a couple of talented fillies there. Then she goes long in basically a maiden special way.
The whole way. With mousy, but still, she didn't want to run.
Yeah, no. Now she gets back sprinting, top connections, Peter Redekop, Phil Hall, Enrique Gonzalez. Bad and Boogie for me over. I put Buck in the second spot just because I like this horse early on, and I picked him a lot. So now he gets in for 8.
You got to pick him.
I got to pick him. I got to put him in the mix.
Justify picking him for 50.
Yeah, exactly. I was picking him in 50 and maiden special weights. So I got to pick him for 8. I got him in second spot for 8. And I threw in Santa Claus for Pat Jarvis. 2 really good efforts. First 2 out. Second by Cyclone Dan, Robertino Red in 8. Had a little break. Came back for 8 and didn't break great, and just he didn't get to the lead like he normally does, and that cost him. Blinkers go on today. Look for him to be. That's an important
change. Blinkers and good work, obviously, in Blinkers in 1 minute and 3/5.
1 minute and 3/5, and Antonio Reyes, who's having a really strong second half to the season. 7, 4, and 2 for me in the 6th. On to the 7th, Phillies of Myers, 4,000, going 6.5 furlongs, field of 6. Mel Snow's got a couple in here. I went to the newcomer to his bar, number 6, Beloved Betty. I liked this horse last time. A Star to Be snuck up the rail and caught her late. A Star to Be got through on the rail. Beloved Betty got hung out quite wide. I know Aaron Grider was a little frustrated after that race. You know.
Yep, getting packed out.
Yeah, getting packed out.
Lenny gave the horse a great
after Don't Tell Judy, you know, he was on the outside of her, and they just kept getting further out. Star to Be came through. But Beloved Betty, I think, can get the better of a Star to Be today. A Star to Be is a cool little filly, but not super consistent. Seems to run a good one and then kind of a clunker, but I'm going to throw her right back in the mix. There does seem to be a fair bit of speed in here. And you know, with Queen of Bar and I, Don't Tell Judy, even Arbonita Rose can show some early lick. Fire Beauty, obviously, she likes to be prominent early, so it could set up well for a Star to Be closing late. Her in second, and Don't Tell Judy, who was third behind those 2 last time. No clever picks here. All 3 ran against each other last time. I'm just shuffling the order. I went 6, 1, and 2. Yeah,
I have the same 3 horses. I'm going to go to Don't Tell Judy on top, though. I thought she ran a better than looked race. She got the lead. Took a nice hold, and here come Fire Beauty chasing her hard for all the way around the first turn. Then that one backed off, and then here comes Beloved Betty. Here comes the Star to Be on the inside. I thought she fought on reasonably well, and then was in tight, a little bit tight late. But I thought the Fire Beauty move early in the race kind of cost her any chance to defeat the 1 and the 6. But I don't see anyone going with her today, and I think she'll like the wet track too, if it does remain. Because right now it's probably wet fast or whatever as of taping. But Don't Tell Judy has good speed, going to be tough to beat. Beloved Betty might get fanned out wide. That's the only problem I worry about her. But she's live, and I agree with the 1 Star to Be. 2, 6, and 1. Those 3 fillies are kind of very close, and they were last time, and they likely will be again today. Well, that'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday, September the 16th races at Hastings Racecourse. Next up on screen will be a quick recap of those hot selections for Sunday. Back in race number 1, I did go to the 2, pardon me. Tell Us a Tale over the 1, Here Comes a Kiss, and the 3, Convergent. Race number 2, I went to the 2, Aditya. Going to go 2, 4, and 3. Race number 3, I went to the 4, The Odds Are Good. Over the 6, Kermode, and the 1, Twist Scripts. Race number 4, I like the closing. Number 6, He's Got Ego. Over the 3 and 5. Race number 5, once again, another closer. Hopefully the track's playing reasonably well for closers. I like the 4 horse, Cross the Line. Over the 3 and 8. Race number 6, the class dropping number 7, Bad and Bougie, over the 1 and 4. And the 7th and final, I went with the 2, Don't Tell Judy. Going to go 2, 6, and 1.
On to my picks, there we go. Back in the 1st, I went to the 1, Here Comes the Kiss, over the 2 and the 3. In the 2nd, my tough old horse, number 2, Aditya, over the 3 and the 4. In the 3rd, I like number 4, The Odds Are Good, to go wire to wire, over the 1 and the 6. In the 4th, hoping for another wire-to-wire victory with number 3, Mr. Finch, over the 6 and the 5. In the 5th, I agree with Mike. Nice closing horse here. Number 4, Cross the Line, over the 2 and the 8. In the 6th, I'm with Mike again. Number 7, The Girl Against the Boys, Bad and Boogie over the 4 and the 2. In the nightcap, going to number 6, Beloved Betty over the 1 and the 2.
Alrighty, that'll do it for the Sunday, September the 16th edition of Handicapper's Corner. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We always enjoy you taking time out of your day to see what we have to say about the weekend's races. Our next live card will be next Saturday. We're once again on the Saturday, Sunday.
Back to the
Saturday,
weekends.
September 22nd and 23rd. A couple of 7-race programs likely on both afternoons, both days at 1:50. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do